This is davidji, and welcome to another week of Life Tools. This week we explore relationships. Relationships are the deepest fabric of our existence. Our relationship with ourselves, our relationship with others, our relationship with our environment, and our relationship with the divine. There are essentially four things that you can do with a relationship. You can birth it, start the relationship, create the trajectory, create the fractal. It happens every time we meet someone, every time we speak to someone for the very first time, every time we engage, interact, transact for the very first time. And that fractal, that very, very first seed of the trajectory, pretty much unfolds the relationship in the same exact fashion as it was started. We can birth a relationship, or we can shift it. Maybe the relationship has moved in a certain direction, and it doesn't really serve either one of you in that direction. So we can shift it. We can turn a platonic relationship into a deeper relationship. We can turn a lover relationship into a platonic relationship. We can turn business relationships into friendships, and we can turn friendships into deeper relationships. We can shift them. We can shift our relationships with our parents, with our kids, with our siblings, with our spouses, with our partners, with our workmates, with our bosses, and with our employees. We can shift as long as we want to keep moving the relationship deeper into the direction where it serves both of us. If a relationship is wounded and you really want it to continue, but it can't continue in the fashion that it's currently structured, we can repair it. We can actually take the steps to prune the relationship, bring it back to its earliest foundations, its deepest connections, and then build on top of that. Repairing a relationship is truly one of the most difficult aspects because it means you want it to exist, but all of us are attached to some aspect of the past. We all want to have that relationship with our parents that maybe we did 20 years ago, with our spouses or lovers that we did at some other period of time. We'd like always to go back into the past, but truly we can't go back into the past. We're both attached to some fantasy of where the relationship is. So we can bring it back to a certain level and then establish a new foundation and then repair it so that it now has the same trajectory that it once had, but we're both different. We evolve the relationship. And lastly, we can end the relationship. Now, nothing truly ever ends. Energy is infinite. It keeps moving in different directions. But we can change the structure of it so much that we can move it in directions that allow us to let go of the aspects of the relationship that no longer serve us. I've often asked, who's in your front row? Who's actually rooting for you out there? And if people aren't rooting for you out there, or if the relationship doesn't truly nourish both parties, and it can't be shifted, and it can't be repaired, then it has to end in its current orientation. It has to end in its current trajectory. And maybe you start to have different types of conversations. Maybe you no longer see each other. Maybe you can compartmentalize that aspect of the relationship, take it for what it was, allow both of you to compassionately move in different directions, and then both of you take your lives to the next level. So this week, let's look at our relationships. Let's look at how we interact with ourselves, interact with others, interact with our environments, and interact with the divine. And take a step this week, perhaps birthing one relationship and acknowledging that birth, shifting one relationship and truly putting our energy and effort into that shift, repairing a relationship and healing some of the wounds that may have gotten it off track, and ending a relationship, allowing both of you to have greater freedom and truly become the best versions of who you are. I'll go deeper into this on Hay House Radio. But be compassionate with yourself. Be gentle with yourself and whoever you're interacting with, and allow both sides to acknowledge that the relationship needs to move to a different space, or end, or be repaired, or shift. From the sweet spot of the universe, Carlsbad, California, this is David G, wishing you an amazing week of taking all your relationships to the next level. And I'll see you in the gap. Namaste.